bad to threaten the media based on my principles, which value Democratic?
What do you mean threaten the media?
So Trump has repeatedly called for like investigations into reporters, into media outlets. He believes that the business licenses of like ABC and CBS, MSNBC, he says, should be pulled. I mean, you don't see these sorts of threats from the Democratic Party.
Okay, so let's get into them.
So let's get into Andrew Wilson mopping the floor, demolishing, obliterating, and annihilating Luke Beasley and his partner, like Andrew Wilson does so well. I'm sorry, I'm like an Andrew Wilson stan, like I am. And you know what? We're gonna have there's gonna be somehow we're gonna have the cross connection. It is gonna happen. I'm 2 people removed from Andrew Wilson. Okay, one day I'm gonna get to talk to this man. No, seriously, and look. It's not about like, oh, I'm just glazing them to glaze. I just like a person who's 10 toes down on their thoughts, feelings, and, in their educated thought. And they don't care what people think about them. And even if maybe he got something wrong, fine, that's fine. But I can't stand people who just go along to get along. I think it is so weak. So let's watch this beautiful display of annihilation from Andrew Wilson.
Has Trump pulled anybody's license ever as president? Has he actually sent any government officials to do any investigations at any major?
So you agree, though?
Stop
him saying
stop, bro. I just let you go through your whole stupid spiel.
You keep not
Has Trump
stance,
actually
kind of boring.
done that?
Are threats not bad?
And first of all, hyperbole isn't a threat. That's one.
Trump.
Hang on.
CBS should take it off the air.
Two, what I want to see, so as Spurgley over here keeps on losing his mind, he doesn't want to get into hyper-specifics.
Spurgley?
He doesn't want to get into hyper-specific semantics because that would cause what we'd like to call clarification. That way we're not talking past each other.
I don't think you're hearing what I'm saying.
Yeah, dude, I just gave you your whole spiel. So anyway, the reason I want to get specific about this, about what fascism is, about whether or not Trump is actually a fascist, whether or not Trump actually enacted fascist policy, all of these things is because you guys, you can't sit on your shows and say, this guy's a fascist, he's an authoritarian, he's a dictator, he's a threat to democracy, and then give us nothing. Just like, oh, he used some hyperbole about the media.
We just talked about examples.
Tried to stay in office.
That is so true, what he just said. You got to hear all these labels about Trump is this, that, and look, y'all know I'm a little nuts, right? Just a tad bit. Not nuts. Like, there's times where I'm just like, can't he just be that dictator you want him to be? Like maybe I might just enjoy it if he really was. like, believe me, if he was a one-man band show who really could stand up to a lot of the establishment, we'll say for now, because I just want kind of this video to move. If he could really fully stand up to it on his own and just take it out, right? That's not what's happening, okay? And okay, so yeah, that's a perfect explanation. By the way, guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you to every eye that lands on these videos. Let's go.
This is despite losing an election.
Yeah, okay, hang on. We'll get to that stuff in a second. Right now, we're talking about something else. We're talking about the media. Calm down. Calm down, Spurgley.
So annoying.
Calm down, Spurgley.
But Andrew, that's just a misrepresentation of our position. You say that we give you nothing. We're giving you specific things that he did, which
not with the no. You made this claim that Trump has done bad things to the media. He wants to pull their license. He wants to take something away from them.
Threatened to do those things.
Where has he done them?
So do you think that it's acceptable unless he follows through on it?
Yeah, I think that hyperbole is fine. I think that presidents use hyperbole all the time. I think that liberals use hyperbole. So, for instance, I'm going to give you an example. When you say Trump's a fascist, I think that's hyperbole.
Would you?
Because I don't think you actually think he's a fascist. I think that you just think fascism means authoritarianism. You don't even know what the fuck it is. You don't care about it. Hang on. So I think you're actually using hyperbole when you're talking about fascism in general. So when Trump uses hyperbole, when Trump is speaking this way, Trump bad. When you're speaking this way, that's fine.
Andrew, you're a smart guy. You should be able to recognize meaningful differences between just a random schmuck and then the president.
Show me the
That's
media.
number one. Number one. Number two. Number two. I don't think it's hyperbole at all. We're talking about specific things, specific examples of things that Trump has either done or threatened to do.
Like he said, Zuckerberg should be in prison now. Zuckerberg's implementing policies that are more friendly to him.
So let me ask you guys a question.
So again, he's right. It's like, yo, man, every time we turn around, there's a label, bro. Like, I'm not a label kind of girl. I'm really not. And these leftists will label you to here to no end just to put that label on you and get mad and not pay attention to facts, bro. The fact is, Trump is not a fascist, man. Like, he's not. He can't be. We don't have the system in place for him to be. Again, I kind of wish he was a little bit sometimes, I'm just saying.
Question. We're talking a lot about the threats, and Andrew asked about what he had done. Do you think if Donald Trump threatened to kill an American, that would be fascistic?
Well,
So-
fascistic?
Well, I
Again,
mean, like, so
we're gonna
just to clarify.
Yeah, I know. It's really
We're
you're gonna try to go somewhere. Blah, blah, blah. I want to
I'm
stay
asking-
focused because
okay,
what I'm
well,
seeing
we
here
are
is
being-
that
No one's
confirming-
allowed to talk but Spurgley.
Yeah, come on.
Hey, man, I didn't-
No one's
you
allowed
gotta-
to talk
You
but
gotta stop.
Spurgley.
I'm trying to advance the conversation by asking
All right.
a question to clarify the
Okay, but I'm
points
going to
being
go
made.
back to what we were talking about.
You guys said he's.
I'm dying that he's calling him Spurgley. Later on, Tim Pool will go off and say, like, okay, I know you want the clips, but we can't keep calling him that. I'm like, whatever.
Threatening the media. Andrew said that he hasn't actually done it. So I'm trying to say, what if it was a more extreme threat that wasn't just, I'll pull a license? What if Trump said he would kill an American citizen? Would the threat of killing an American in and of itself, without the action of doing it, be fascistic? And this is for
How
everybody.
specifically, like he's gonna for
Like if Trump said, I'm going to shoot a guy on Fifth Avenue, I'm going to go do it right now. My point being, threatening to take legal action, we can argue whether, like, it seems kind of a legalese question. So I'm trying to shift it to, let's talk about an extreme action Trump could threaten.
Okay. Well,
Would
I
that
still haven't
threaten
gotten
of itself-
an explanation of how it's acceptable to try to block the peaceful transfer of power from Andrew, which is what I keep saying. You brought up the fascism word. I said, hey, I get that people get real bogged down, which is why I've had hours of discussions about that particular term. I came here interested to see if MAGA figures could defend the actual actions, not the label, but the actions. And I'm yet to hear you walk through any of them. We're getting a little bit to the specifics of the media, so I appreciate that. But so to answer your question, him trying to induce a feeling of fear among the media as it's working with his rhetoric, with clear intentions, some of which he didn't actually get done the last time, but like he wanted.
Let me explain why I asked the question.
And I'm still waiting on either of them.
So here's why I asked the question about killing an American specifically.
Obama, I know.
No, it's because whether or not the government can pull a license is a legal question over whether or not they violated a public license. And so you guys are then arguing outside of the actual confines of a legal issue, which so let's make it definitively an issue of illegal or legal.
Or we could talk about what Trump is.
Okay, the federal government grants public licenses with stipulations. If you want to debate whether or not they can or can't, that's a legal procedural question.
You understand you can have the governmental power to do something, but how you leverage it for the purpose.
This is why I tried shifting away to something more direct, like killing somebody. A threat to kill somebody is a direct question.
Again,
Well, the government can kill people.
The government can kill people.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, this belies the point of it. Like,
It
this
just does not even need to go this far. Like, my gosh, like the point is, again, that y'all keep doing this whole he's a fascist thing. Like, and look where we are. Like, if these people, if to be honest, if the whole panel had any kind of full honesty about how we are governed, okay, they would know that this is not even a worthy conversation. It just simply isn't.
this idea that it can't be authoritarian or it can't be fascist if it is within the technical legal confines of the federal government. That's absurd.
That's not the point I'm making.
Of course,
Which is
Trump's
why,
gonna use
again,
power.
the semantics would be really important here to clarify what we mean when we say fascist.
That's why, and we'll stop it there because they went back and forth for the longest time. But that is why Andrew debates the way he does. Not that I'm like now some Andrew connoisseur, right? But when he asks, like, well, what do you mean when you say this? And then they get mad at him, like, F off, I'm not answering the question no more. It's like, nah, but like, yo, what are we talking about here? Like, what do you mean? Is it feelings? Do you feel like he's fascist? Is it the legal terminology of him being fat? Like, what are we doing? And we're still talking about it. I still want to know, like, the insurrectionist. There's another word, and I have to be careful because I feel like all these it's gonna just make something happen to the algorithm and knock this whole episode down. Like, we let it go, because nothing. He tried to stop the peaceful transfer of. No, he had questions and said we're gonna have a freedom rally. And listen, Pennsylvania, we still to now our constitution has not been fixed, just so you know. So like I don't know what's gonna happen in 4 years from now, but whatever. That's a different that right there is a different conversation, and a whole different episode. But anyway, stop getting caught up in these terms like these leftists, man. There's other things you could complain about, bro. Like, there really is, all right? And so again, complete annihilation in my, like, if I played the whole thing, I mean, they went into all kinds of like marriage and everything. It was crazy. But you guys let me know what you think. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.